Our story takes place in Seattle. The city has been a cradle of music talent for many years. Pushed by parents to learn music, supported and encouraged by friends, Sergey, Alex, Pavel, and Everett fueled their passion and energy into forming a band and creating great music. This is a story of rising of a new band. Meet Red Sea.
I started when I was 5 or 6 years old. My parents sent me to a piano school. And so at first it was just, something I had to do. I didn't really like it very much. Probably didn't like it until I was in the 5th grade or so. And then the music kind of clicked in with me and I really started enjoying it.
I was kind of forced into it by my family at the age of 8 years old.
And then 2 years ago, a friend of mine came over with an electric guitar and a small amp, and he made a mistake of leaving you for a few days. And so that was kind of the beginning of Red Sea.
My name's Everett, and I've lived in Washington State for about 6 years. Went through a few bands. Red Sea ran an ad on the Craigslist. I answered it and went over for an interview, a jam session. I guess everything went well because they chose me to be their lead singer. And we went to the Battle of the Bands a month later after a handful of practices. We ended up winning the finals of the Battle of the Bands, and ever since then things have been going pretty good.
Recently I started taking stories and turning them into a song. If you have a character, you can write a song about the character and something that's happening in the character's life. For instance, actually that's kind of what the Beatles started doing. Paul McCartney realized that he could write a song not about himself, but about a specific person or a dog.
Seattle barista, you're my dream.
Another Day in Seattle is the band's first song. Let's find out about the story of it.
Essentially, I would call it the first song that we did as a band. This was the first song that we ever played in public back in 2009. How it came about, I was just, I wanted to write a song about a place where I live. At that time, for one reason or another, I had thoughts about, they call Seattle trees that people here, aren't very, they'll be very friendly, but then if you want to connect with them deeper, people will say, okay, well, let's have lunch, but it never happens. So I wanted to write a song kind of about the Seattle trees, and, through the song, maybe break the ice at least for some people.
We consensus when we say that whichever song we are working on at the moment, we think is the coolest one. It's kind of a progression. Each new song just sounds so much better than all the other material we've done. It's like, oh no, this is gonna be super. So I think it's whatever we're working on at the moment.
Yeah. Seems like each most recent song becomes my favorite. I feel like they're getting better and better. People are telling us that the newer songs are better, and I just get incredibly excited every time I play a new song.
Let's ask Electro Kitty studio recording owner about the band's sound.
I just like the goofy pop happy sound.
It's a Red Sea style. We heard from people that our music doesn't sound like anybody else specifically. We draw on a lot of different influences, starting from classic rock like Led Zeppelin, all the way to modern bands like Red Hot Chili Peppers. So it's a mix of classic rock, funk, blues. You name it. Steampunk. Gordel Bordello style music. Some U2 guitar riffs. So we just basically take all of that and throw it into a big mixing pot, and then good songs come out.
What inspires me is just the ability to express myself and express myself in ways that I would not be able to do otherwise. Express myself musically. It's a different feeling. It's a different media.
That's awesome.
Let's ask the band about their road ahead.
Well, hopefully we'll be playing big shows, maybe opening up for some good, well-known bands. Hopefully touring the world. Would love to hear some music on the radio. That would be awesome. Just whatever comes our way.
We have a lot of plans. We want to do a tour of the U.S. We want to go on a tour abroad, probably Europe or South America. I mean, wherever we can find audiences. We have a song that's been selected for a movie. So if everything goes through and the movie is made, we'll have a song on it, which is great. We're trying to get into the radio market. We had a few airplays in Seattle on 89.9, but we definitely want to get into KE, XP, and other bigger radio stations. And ultimately, you never know where where things will get us. My personal goal has been to have one of my songs in a movie. Looks like that might be happening. But I would love to win a Grammy. If you don't dream, it doesn't happen.
I wish all the success in the world. Absolutely.
What's done's already done. I can only make it right.